a war going on. The books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. Bet's gonna cover. Bet's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, and a pleasant good morning to you, coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Friday, October 3rd. We've got a few sports to cover today, but man, we really could use our next season to come in here. We did have some baseball playoffs, and we had, of course, Thursday night football, and tonight we've got college football and WNBA game number 1 of the finals, Desert Southwest finals between Phoenix and Las Vegas. And don't forget, we've got Saturday night action here on the Sports Money Network with our companion coverage of UFC 320 with Ankalaev and Pereira 2. So got a good weekend in store. We had a nice time last night with Razor on Thursday night football. And we might have had the winner here too with the games last night. I did pretty well on those props. I was widely on San Francisco. It might be well known out there, but still we had some winners with those plays too with Tonjes. Remember, we talked him up. We talked up Devontae certainly, and had Stafford over on his completions. Hard to find a winner sometimes with a goofy game like that, but man, the 49ers hung on for the victory. How about that? Big dog, and you know what? Kendrick Bourne identity, Bourne supremacy. What is it called? Kendrick Bourne was looking like an all-pro out there in the game, and it was the Rams losing to the 49ers, 26-23 in overtime. Huge defensive effort, really, if you think about it, by the 49ers punching that ball away from Kyron Fumbleitis Williams and Pinero. He really nailed that one, 59-yarder. You had that double move. You know, when you see that ball move like that, you know it's going in. Mac Jones survived 5 career-ending injuries in one game and passed for 342 yards and 2 touchdowns. It's probably better. I've been saying, right? He probably could be the quarterback of the 49ers. Maybe it just doesn't matter. Good thing they got Mac Jones. Purdy will come back, and Mac needs some rest. Hopefully Purdy will be ready next week because Mac probably could use a day off. But Kendrick Bourne had 10 receptions for 142 yards. Matthew Stafford only passed for nearly 400 yards and 3 touchdowns, and Puka Nacua lit it up again for all the prop bettors, 10 receptions for 85 yards, and the Rams got more field goals blocked in the game too. So ended up with that 4th down stop at the 12-yard line. All of a sudden, the 49ers are 4-1 despite all these problems, and team is in decline, and maybe they need to find a few. And I've been wondering too with the defense, because with Bosa it didn't look good. But you know what? You got a division game in there, and got off to a pretty good start and got it done. We say hello to the folks in the chat, and we'll talk about the baseball. I don't want to talk about it after the Padres lost, but there were some other games too. Hello to everyone in the chat joining me here, including Jimbo. Jimbo, gosh, another year. Can't lament it. How about the ugly incident, though, with the Padres? Maybe they were. Look, it was a bad call, but until you fix the rules with the challenge, right, you're going to have to live with it. So the Padres ended up looking a fool there a little bit, and Manny kind of looked a fool too in the press conferences. But not going to hate on my team too much. But let's see here, Big Bad Irish King. He's playing some roulette there. Bublik. Bublik didn't get it done, but I went 3-0 on my premiums, I believe, there overnight with my winnable tennis plays here. I'm pretty hot right now in tennis. That's what we need to do. We need to go to, Japan and China, and that's where I get going here on the hard courts. A little bit of a run here for me in tennis. All right, let's see what else here. You guys are just having some fine conversation, so not too much going on here. Irish King, though, had some plays. He was smashing the baseball, he says there yesterday. And Irish King, what are we going to do? We've got the college football games, 5 games, 2 alternate board, added board games. I'll give you a couple picks on those. And Timothy Hawk says, good morning, teammates. Yeah, Team Steam. D-Money's here. Bobby Mack is ready to go. Jimbo as well. And let's get it. I thought we were talking spaghetti. SF Niner had a bunch of props in there. I did pretty well on those props.
Steam play.
And, when I win, it kind of goes low key. You know what I mean? Jimmy here. Good morning. And Trevor as well. Thank you guys. Great to see you all here. Ready for the weekend, man. Can you believe these college football games? You guys, come on. These ranked teams are not going to be going crazy like that, are they? Let's see here. SF Niner. That's right. SF Niner, right? We told them we'd go with those Niners. Come on. And, probably what it turns out is probably got 2 pretty good teams here again out west. And Seattle maybe a little bit behind them, but yep, division game. I think that's what you're looking at here. Kevin Hicks, hello. And yep, I had to didn't get no home games, Kevin. I think that was it. They won those. Cubs were in a pretty good position when you look at it right down to the home teams, kind of those game 1 winners. Yeah, let's see, SF9. I had an overnight action here on my winnable here today. I came home with 3 winners over there with Humbert over Thompson. I had Nardi over Pateshi Pericard. Oh, no, I think, I think Pateshi, it might have went 2-1. I might have went 2-1. Yeah, Pericard won. So I won 2-1. I spoke too soon. And Laker Boy here, he had the Niners on the money line. And Jim Duweiger, good morning. Did anybody watch the game that just ended a short time ago with the Pelicans defeating Melbourne United? Melbourne United got the money pretty easily, really. I don't think they ever fell behind by more than maybe a dozen, as New Orleans looked good with Zion, 15 points all early in the first half. And, man, he looked good. He looks like a new man out there. Hopefully he doesn't just end up stopping at the fast food restaurant every day after practice and eating in the hotel room. So New Orleans got the win down under, and I think they have one more game against Southeast Melbourne in the next game there. And also we had the game earlier today as well in Abu Dhabi. Don't forget. And also tonight, there's one game in the NBA as well. Irish King just said it. We're all fired up. We want to see, but who's going to be out there for the Lakers, really? All right. And we'll talk a little baseball here real quick with the action there on Thursday. And, man, how about rookie pitcher Cam Schlittler? We'll be thinking of him one day like some of the greats maybe here. He did what no one has ever done. He struck out 12 over 8 innings with no runs in a decisive Major League playoff game. I think that's what they said, something like that. Amazing here what Cam Schlittler did. His contemporary wasn't too bad either. We talked about early, and he pitched well, kind of was let down by the defense, didn't pitch as well as Schlittler, but did go under, and that's what we had as our pick on winnable was the under in the Boston Yankees game for a winner there, and we went first 5 under here yesterday right on the show. So we hit that one pretty good there yesterday, and Yankees will advance. So we know the 4 teams also. We'll go over the other matchups here, but we do know that Yankees will take on the Blue Jays. And Detroit beat Cleveland 6-3. They had that big inning there. Kerry Carpenter had an RBI double. Riley Green, RBI single. Don't need to pinch hit for him. Tigers 4 runs in the 7th to pull away. Guardians bullpen came up a little bit lame there after we kind of touted them, and the Tigers came through after all, despite all the misery. Now they got to take on Seattle here in the in an American League Division Series. So Seattle be $2 favorites in the first game of the series here. Also, the Dodgers flew to Philadelphia. They'll get ready for that matchup against the Phillies with Ohtani scheduled to go up against Sanchez. They're in game one. Ohtani will get the start. And Sasaki, he's going to be in the closer role with Tanner Scott now. The Dodgers are making moves, and watch out. But that should be a great series there. Cubs and Brewers, don't forget, as the Padres lost to the Cubs 3-1 in the game. Cubs beat up on Darvish. They had to get him out of there early, and then Estrada gave a bases-loaded walk to his old team. Suarez gave up a home run to Bush, and it was all backfiring there. Jamison Tyone pitched good 4 innings in that one. Dansby Swanson was doing what it takes out there at shortstop on those plays. Nico Horner looked good on that catch, and the Padres between Tatis, Machado, Arise, and Cronenworth went 4 for 43. And Padres can never hit in the postseason right now. There's no doubt about it. So the Cubs will face the Brewers in that other National League Division Series. Oh, man. All right. Misery. See who else is here in the chat, and then we'll get rolling. WNBA Irish King says a big game here in Vegas tonight. Not SF Niner. And plant-based. It was nice to see you in the chat there. Thanks for the donations yesterday too. Plant-based. Good to see you here. Timothy Hawk says he'll take the Mariners to win the series. Terrell's still wondering where the next game is. Nasty Nate says, yeah, oh, Nate, what could have been? And defense let that kid down a little bit too. Not that they would. I was never taking the Yankees there. I know a lot of sharp people were on the Yankees yesterday. So, all right, Sir Mackey's here today. He's ready. He wants the Phillies too. We know that matchup's set, and then we'll see what the other pitching matchups are. All right. Any more comments in the chat? Let me know. But, hey, like I said, I had those winners over there in tennis, 2-1, I guess, overnight over at winnable.com/Ramon. And check me out over there. We did have the Yankees and the Red Sox as my only play there yesterday in baseball. And then I had New Mexico State over Sam Houston +2. So, you know what? It's been a little bit slim pickings with the lighter cards, so hopefully you'll bear with me, and I'll hopefully make it worth your while. If you don't think like you were getting enough plays, just let me know. I'll extend your subscriptions out there. I know it's only 50 cents a day when you use the promo code STEAM, and $19.99 a month comes 16 something, and it's like 50 cents a day. So hopefully it's okay, but I'm going to be coming at you with a bunch of college football winners. I can't wait for college basketball, and my UFC card tonight as well for the Saturday action. You can get started on your handicapping here with BB MMA Picks. We had 3 fights this week previewed, including that main event. So check it out. This here underneath the Lives tab with BB MMA Picks for UFC 320 Ankalaev versus Pereira here from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas on Saturday night. Light heavyweight championship. Ankalaev favored after winning and stopping Pereira's 5-fight winning streak. It was his 4th title defense, and Ankalaev won, and now he's a big favorite. Also, check out First Strike. The guys have their picks ready to go for the fight card on Saturday night as well. So you could be locked and loaded with us here, ready for UFC action on Saturday night. All right, let's get ready to move into some of the action here tonight. And going to have college football pretty much as a feature here with Charlotte taking on South Florida. And now you got Charlotte here 28-point underdog to South Florida, and that's because things aren't running too well for Charlotte right now. And South Florida, at least they played a tough schedule so far. I think that's part of it right here. And because South Florida has won covered big time in a couple of their games, and they've also looked pretty bad in a couple of them too. So they're kind of up and down, but Charlotte's a little messed up right now. They're not looking too great here, actually, with some of their quarterback being out here, and just not a great start to the season overall for Charlotte. So no surprise, I guess, that they're 4 touchdown underdogs here in this game. For Charlotte here, they've lost 7 of their last 10 games overall. South Florida is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games. They've won 4 out of their last 5, and they've won 7 out of their last 10 at home. South Florida's gone over in 6 of their last 8 games on the road. Charlotte's gone over in 10 of their last 15, including 7 of their last 8 on the road. I would imagine they won't have much defense, actually, for South Florida here in South Florida. But can South Florida really nail it down and, beat them so bad by 4 touchdowns that it would stay under this total? It opened 52.5 and now 55. So what would the score be here if you look at that? Would it be 42 to 14? I guess, right? 42 to 14. That's right there. So what do you think will happen? Do you think it'll be 45 to 14? Will be 42 to 10? You got to think Charlotte's got to have 2 touchdowns in them here, right? South Florida isn't going to be so motivated. They have drubbed Charlotte in the last 2 series, I believe the last 2 games, averaging a margin of victory of 29.5 points, which would cover this spread. The Bulls have Byron Brown, pretty good quarterback here, and he should have a pretty good game here. It's just, can you get 4 touchdowns without some backdoor hijinks, something like that? You guys are starting to comment in the chat, and I want to hear what you have to say in this one. Maybe this isn't the best game, but we've only got 6 games on a light schedule. What are we going to do? All right, let me hear from you in the chat. Both teams did have a bye last week, and Charlotte, they're almost near the bottom of the list in yards per play margin this season. Here's Sub in the chat. He's got some PFL here today. We're going to be running some PFL here this afternoon, I believe, here in just about. Is it the PFL that starts here, Sub, in just a short time? No, is that the night card? Oh boy, Sub, I should be ready for that. Thank you there, sir. And let's see here. Irish King likes the Aces in the first half. SF Niner likes Purdue under tomorrow. Robert likes the under here in this one with Charlotte and South Florida. Jimmy likes the under as well. And SF Niner likes first half of Notre Dame, I think there is what he's saying. I think I'm going against my all-star chat here, though. It might be that Charlotte does get totally held down, right? And they'll probably be the one that doesn't contribute. Maybe here, because I would think that South Florida might be able to get 4 touchdowns on them. All right, and let me see. Now maybe I could just take a peek here, and because Sub was nice enough to give us the plays, so maybe I can at least look at the time here and make sure I get it right here for that PFL 8:30. Right, 8:30 a.m. It is about to start here with the PFL. If it is the right card here, let me make sure here. Okay, thanks, Sub. Yep, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. I'm sorry, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 Pacific. Thank you to Sub. Hello to Justin in the chat. He's got South Florida in this one, laying it. All right, I'm going to go with the over here against my friends, though, here. Look, I'm not getting the best of the line for sure. It's definitely moved up here from 52.5 up to 55. So I know that, in fact, the circa opened at 50.5. So no value there, I guess. but I'm going to go over in this one. Okay. SF Niner likes Bournemouth today to get it done. I mean, why would right? Bournemouth here? They never lose right now at home anyway, right? They're pretty much won every home game, it feels like, here of late, putting up some big time wins here. Rarely losing at home right now. I know that for sure. If you think Bournemouth in this one minus a half, it may be even money. They've lost just 2 of their last 16 league meetings with Fulham. They've won their last 3, winning each of the last 3 at home against Fulham. So Fulham's also got those injuries up front too. How about that? All right. I think Jim likes them too. All right. Guess that's it for that one. Let's move on to more college football here with Western Kentucky taking on Delaware. Man, Delaware is favored here. And Delaware has come a long way, those Blue Hens. Who would have thought that we're here with a Delaware team right now that is favored against Western Kentucky? Has our lives really changed that much? Now, I know that Delaware has looked good in a couple of games here. I don't know if I'm ready to get, jumping for joy here. They've still lost 16 of their last 20 games, if I'm not mistaken. And they're just getting comfortable up here in FBS. But this is going to be a good game. They had back-to-back outright upsets over Connecticut and FIU. I know what you're thinking. But now they're playing with Western Kentucky. Okay, that's a little different here, it feels like. But, Delaware's schedule has been okay here so far for sure. So maybe Delaware can hang in here. I'm not going to penalize them or anything like that at this point. For that, they've looked pretty good here. Now, certainly with the Maverick McIver here, he's got to be the man for Western Kentucky. We know he's been terrific so far, almost 300 yards per game. He's got great receivers in Henry and Hutchinson. They've been looking good, but the Blue Hens have looked pretty good so far, and they have a good quarterback in Minucci. I can't believe Delaware is favored here, but they are. All right, let's see what you guys have in this one. Western Kentucky, 4-1 against the spread. Their last 5 games, also 4-1 straight up. They've gone over in 6 of their last 9 on the road. Western Kentucky, now, this is a conference game here now with Delaware and Conference USA, and Western Kentucky does not lose in conference. They've been tearing it up in Conference USA. 15-2 straight up last 17. Okay, SF Niners into it over there with the soccer today. All right, I got to go with Western Kentucky here, fam, for sure. I mean, this is one of those where you're supposed to say, oh, look at Delaware. They're favored. They'll probably win. Robert's going to take Western Kentucky. I just got to see it first. If they look, I'm a Delaware fan. I've always been a Delaware fan. So let's see. I mean, if they've gotten this far, good on them. I'm sure they will. I think Delaware will probably become a pretty good little team. How disrespectful to say that. Okay. And SF Niner says Taylor Fritz is getting rocked by Marozan here, for sure. I mean, there were definitely some trends going against Fritzy, I think, here in this one. And, he's likely to get rocked again here in the second set. I don't think he's going to have much today against Marozan here. That's easy to say now. Okay. Next game here on Friday night. New Mexico is taking on San Jose State. Man, New Mexico struggles against San Jose State. This is a one-sided series. New Mexico has gone 0-8 straight up and 1-7 or against the spread, or maybe it's 1-7 straight up and 0-8 against the spread, whatever it is. San Jose State dominates New Mexico spread-wise and straight up. This has been a one-sided series for San Jose State for sure between these two. Now, New Mexico's been okay here for sure. They came back to beat New Mexico State there, rocked them. Now they're 5-2 against the spread in their last 7, 5-2 straight up in their last 7. San Jose State just 4-9 against the spread in their last 13, 1-6 against the spread last 7 games at home. But, Coach Ken, he's in here. I know we're trying to stabilize this situation for San Jose State here. New Mexico's coming off kind of the state rivalry win after coming back in that game down 17-7, outscored the Aggies 31-7. We saw the Aggies last night, right? We took them. We took the Aggies last night in that game against Sam Houston. Sam Houston now 0-5 straight up and against the spread. So it wasn't a great victory for New Mexico State there at all, right? New Mexico's gone over in 12 of their last 17 games. San Jose State's gone over in 4 of their last 6 games coming in. San Jose State still has covered 6 straight, like I said, against New Mexico. They've also scored 30 points in 8 games dating back to last season. It's just the defense has been atrocious. But Coach Ken may be able to stabilize that. Also, the Lobos play Boise next week after playing New Mexico State. What do they care about this one? Lobos have allowed 35 points or more 10 times dating back to last season so far. They've also, the long-term sample here a little bit with New Mexico, but, they were pretty bad there for about 5 or 6 years. They actually went like 20-60, I think, over the last 80 games straight up. So, but they have been pretty good here of late. Now I'm going to take the over here in this one at 58.5. It's open 55.5. Not much value here, but I'm going to go with the over with New Mexico and San Jose State. See what you guys have in the chat. Hello to Lucky Power. Very nice to see you. He says, like this video, subscribe to our channel Sports Money here on YouTube, the fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. SF Niner had to BO this morning. Justin's got New Mexico. He's got New Mexico here. Oh, Jimmy's on the over. Robert's on the over. All right. Good job, you guys, on that one. Now we've got, I think it's the marquee matchup of the night, even though West Virginia's 2-3, you have undefeated BYU. So you got to go with this one here with BYU. They're a 19-point favorite against West Virginia, total 46. And BYU's a crummy favorite, man. I'll tell you that. They're probably going to be pretty close here to winning this one. They might club them here, but they don't cover big numbers at all, actually. BYU last 10 games, last 10 games laying 10 points or more, 2-8 against the spread, and also 1-5 against the spread their last 6. Laying a dozen or more against losing teams, very much like this situation right here. Now, West Virginia will be without their top quarterback here, and BYU's got a pretty good quarterback, certainly so far. He can run, he can pass, he can do it all, and BYU's looking great here at 4-0. And ever since that first game against Pitt, West Virginia has not looked good. But at least they can run the ball a little bit, and maybe they can have some success like they did against Utah. I'm gonna take the 19 points here just because I can't stand it. That BYU, they don't cover these big numbers. They just don't cover these big numbers. Maybe this is it. Maybe this BYU team is one of those special BYU teams. West Virginia has gotten blown out the last 2 weeks. There's no doubt about it. And they're banged up here coming in. And BYU, they were losing early last week, but still came back to win. So it's going to be tough for West Virginia to score. But I think what I'm thinking is that West Virginia has enough defense that they won't let BYU totally just blow them out of the water. And when you get 19 points, that maybe it'll be, somewhere in the range of like a 31 to 14 or something like that. BYU is a number 4 scoring defense in the country, so you don't expect West Virginia to be getting much done here offensively. But I've got to take 19 points and figure it's just maybe a 2-touchdown game. Let's go to the chat this one and see what you have here with Colorado State taking on. BYU. Who? BYU taking on West Virginia.
Final.
BYU's won 7 of their last 8 games at home. They've won 6 straight overall. West Virginia's gone over in 8 of their last 11 games on the road, but under in 4 of their last 5. Jimbo's got the over. Here's Nuke. He's ready to go. And he's ready to talk a little CFL today. Trevor's got Fenerbahce. We do have, some fixtures here in soccer and Eurobaskets today. So we'll see what happens there with the Fenerbahce against Zalgiris today. Close game, closely rated game there. Probably come in with a Euro package today. We've been looking pretty good so far. Robert's on the under. Elliot, good morning. BYU and under. And let's see here. Yeah, the Cougars are pretty hot. There's no doubt. Jimmy's on it with me. He'll take West Virginia. SF Niner has a BTTS in Cologne. And all right. Whoops. Okay. That's it for that one. We got one more here, and then I'll give out a couple of plays, probably without a handicap on these 2 games in on the added board. Here we go with the game I've been following here with Colorado State taking on San Diego State. San Diego State favored here by 6. They might not score 6. How are they going to be favored by 6? They opened as low as 3 at Circa, maybe opened as high as 4.5 or 5, and then maybe even 6 at some of the other books, and that's where it stands. Although there is some 6.5s out there as well, but they only scored 6 points last week. And knowing these series against Colorado State, feels like it's going to be a low score again, possibly here. So let's see how you guys have it in this one. Colorado State and San Diego State. San Diego State scored 3 points on their first drive of the game last week, and then Northern Illinois went down and scored 3 points on their first drive, and it looked like it was going to be a battle of field goals. And no one scored again until San Diego State kicked a field goal on the last play of the game and won 6-3. Colorado State's just 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 against San Diego State. 10 of the last 15 meetings between these two teams have gone under. San Diego State's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games overall. I've got to go with the under here in this one. I feel good about this one. This should be a premium, but I'll make it a freemium at 41 here with Colorado State and San Diego State. I don't think these teams are going to score on one another. Might be easy to say that after that game went 6-3 last week, but the Rams lost to Washington State, and that it wasn't good. They scored just 3 points, and that was against a Washington State team that had given up 59 points in each of its 2 previous games. Now, San Diego State is not a good team at covering spreads. So they're 18-28. Last 46 games as a favorite. All right, let's hear it from you in the chat if you were interested in this one. San Diego State does have the number 3 defense in the country, allowing just 3.7 yards per play. Consider the opposition, but consider they're not really playing a good offense here either. Colorado State's among the worst offensive teams in the country, averaging just 15.3 points per game. All right, here we go. San Diego State 3-8 against the spread, coming on off of a win. They're also 1-5 against the spread off back-to-back wins, and 5-12 against the spread, facing a team coming off consecutive defeats. That includes a straight-up loss in its last game. A lot pointing here that maybe San Diego State's not in a great position. And Elliot's here today. He's on San Diego State and the over. Doge is here. Hello to Doge. Good morning. What is this breakfast here? Here's Higgs in the house. He says take the Aztecs to blow these guys out today. All right. Man, I could maybe Lewis is going to get this together. Nobody knew that he would be a defensive coach. They brought him in here for his offense. And there hasn't been any offense at San Diego State in years. Robert likes San Diego State here as well. You guys are all over San Diego State. I better respect this shit right here. Everybody, I'll take the under. I'm scared now. I'm going to think you guys know what's going on, and I don't, because what if the score is 13-10 or something like that? Because that's what it feels like it's going to be. I'll take the under then. You guys are all over San Diego State here, and I'm scared. All right. Colorado State's had success against the Aztecs for sure, covering numbers. Okay. That's it, I guess, for college football. I don't have any panels for these games, but I like Rhode Island minus 14.5 over Brown today. That one goes off at 7 Eastern and 4 Pacific, Rhode Island and Brown. That one's being played at Centerville Bank Stadium in Pawtucket. And I like Rhode Island to win and cover there at 14.5. Total's 49.5. And Columbia and Princeton, I'm going under 48.5 in the game between Columbia and Princeton. Total open 49.5, and they're down to 48.5, and I'll take the under. Princeton open 9.5, but they are down to 7.5. The move has clearly been on Columbia. Nasty Nate likes Rhode Island to smash in that game, and so do I. So we got some extra games in there today. SF Niners got to go check on the soccer like it's something being cooked up on a grill. All right, I guess that's it for that action. Let's go. Well, you know what? Let's do that CFL. Why don't we? Because we've got Nuke here. He wanted us to get into it. We're here with the Rough Riders taking on the Red Blacks here today. I know what I like in this game, but I can wait or I won't look. Maybe I'll just say what I like right now. I like the under in the game, so I'll say it. Yeah, I'll say it first. That way, I'm not looking yet, but I'm going to go with the under. I'll tell you that right now in the game between Saskatchewan and Ottawa. Now I'll wait for you. I get into the game here certainly with the matchup here today with Red Blacks. Let's see how you guys have it here. I'll bring up my personnel here as well. All right. Let's see here in the chat. What do we got? Okay. Oh, Elliot's talking to Campbell and NC State this Saturday. Campbell to hang in there, he says. All right. So, Saskatchewan's been great. They're 10-4. Who'd have thunk it right now? And look, Ottawa, like I said before, Ottawa, one thing they do is defend the pass pretty well. Now, A.J. Ouellette, he could have a big day here as well. And you do have some great targets in Johnson and Myers and Emilus as well for Trevor Harris. For Ottawa here, could be tough sledding here for Drew Brown, but he looked good in that last game with 400 yards. But they still lost to Winnipeg 26-18 in that game. And, Saskatchewan, they're great against the pass. I think anyway, maybe making life miserable here. And you know what? The Red Blacks don't run very well, but at least they've got a couple, Adeboye is, just as good as Stanbeck nowadays, it feels like. But you're still going to have Lewis. You're still going to have Addison here. But with these two secondaries, I think I just got to go under. Nuke says he's got the Riders, and so does Timothy Hack. They both have the Riders here to keep it rolling on the road right now. All right. First meeting was 31-26 Saskatchewan, won and covered in an over at Saskatchewan. And they pretty much won. They're a 4-1-1 the last 6 meetings between these two teams. And Saskatchewan usually gets the money. They're 5-1 ATS in the last 6 overall coming in. So, okay. Anybody else doing a little CFL with us here? Saskatchewan's owned Ottawa, like I said. So, all right. Saskatchewan's gone under 4 of their last 5 on the road. Ottawa's gone under in 5 of their last 6 at home, although Ottawa's had a few overs of late on the road. But I'll take the under. You guys are obviously all over Saskatchewan, and hey, I might be there with you tonight in that one. All right, I guess that's it for the CFL. Can you think of anything else we want to talk about? How about a little NBA action tonight in Los Angeles with the Suns taking on the Lakers here? There was a game last night. Like I said, we saw New Orleans play Melbourne United in Australia, an NBL team, and they covered 20.5 points in a 10-point 107-97. A low score there for sure. New Orleans didn't get a lot of points, even though I think they had 62 at halftime. All right, let's see here with the Suns and the Lakers and what we're going to have tonight. Lakers are going to be dealing with no LeBron, of course. We'll see who's actually out there today. Maybe who could it be? Reeves, maybe Jackson Hayes, of course. And Phoenix has their own share of guys who are probably going to be missing here. But they might have some of their top guys in there as well. We'll see who's active for the Lakers. But Phoenix could have some success inside here. Don't expect, it does figure the Lakers wouldn't, doesn't seem like a team that's going to be motivated ever in the preseason. Phoenix is trying to kind of fix their franchise a little bit too. It's not just about the wins and losses they're going to establish kind of a winning culture again, or just a positive culture right now. So maybe the games could be a little bit important early on here for the Suns, just trying to read between the lines a little bit. So, all right. I'm just going to take Phoenix here for sure. I don't want the Lakers in anything in a preseason game. Justin here. Oh, let me get to the WNBA. Forgive me, Justin. Let me get to the WNBA tonight, of course. What am I thinking here? With the Mercury taking on the Aces here tonight in Las Vegas. The Aces are going to be favored here by 3 and the total 160. We know Phoenix has been pretty terrific and kind of upset the apple cart a little bit, but they had a great season here as well. Looking back on it, the Aces have still been pretty outstanding. In fact, they've covered 7 of their last 10. Meanwhile, the Mercury have covered just 3 of their last 10 coming in, despite their successes here. They won some close games at home. But they've got great talent on that team. Alyssa Thomas has been terrific this season. Seitu Sabali as well. And for the Aces, Asia Wilson, most valuable player. Jewel Lloyd's been pretty good, actually, too. And Chelsea Gray has been making a big difference as well. So I think the Aces have some advantages here, I think, tonight and in this series that I think will probably help them win the series, actually. And I'm taking them to win the series over Phoenix. I think for Young and Gray, those will be the key players, actually, for the Aces in this series. I think Young and Gray will be able to get their props quite a bit. And I think Melissa Smith as well. I think I'm neutral on Asia Wilson because I think Mac plays pretty good defense, and I think Thomas gets on that a little bit as well. But I would be down on Thomas. We'll see if Thomas goes off the charts, and hey, Phoenix has a big chance. It's got to be Thomas. I mean, I know that sounds easy, but I think it's a tough matchup for Thomas, actually, in the front court against these Aces.
Final.
All right, let's see what you guys have in the chat. I'm taking the Aces here on the Morning Steam Show to get it done. Lay 3.5. Here we go. Yep, my bad, Justin. My bad. Let's see here. Mercury for Nuke. And, did Justin say, I'm sorry about that. You guys are on the Mercury. I'm on the Aces. Oh, no. Terrell says Las Vegas. Yeah, and in fact, dating back, it has been a one-sided series, but remember Phoenix was going through some things there over a few years there. Vegas has won 15 of the last 17 meetings between the two teams straight up. But one of those wins for Phoenix came this year, certainly. Justin's got Whitcomb here, over. Thank you. Robert's going over. Thank you. And I'm going to take the Aces here, and I'm going to take the Aces. Well, I've got them in a future. I've got them in a futures play, so. All right, I guess that's it for the sports. Thank you for joining me here on the Morning Steam Show. Here, like I said, there's some soccer Friday fixtures throughout Europe today. All the major leagues have a big game here today, and there's also NHL preseason tonight with 5 more games. We're just days away from opening the start of the regular season here. We're going to get underway next Tuesday night with the openers in the NHL. So get ready for that. 3 games will be on tap on October the 7th, and we'll get ready to roll back to back to back and have the season just 4 days away. All right. Then we'll have some games to talk about and won't be just talking to talk. All right, don't forget, head on over to winnable.com/Ramon. Pick up my high volume plays here for this weekend's action in college football and more. And use promo code STEAM to save 20% off all premium pick packages.
It's your boy, Mikey Money. I'm inviting you to join the Sports Money crew on Winnable. Get all of our premium best bet selections.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays sent straight to your phone right when you need them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
Okay, great. Thank you, Mike. And get ready now to do the drawing here and see who's going to win the month of plays here, actually, with our subscriptions over at winnable.com. Hopefully you are logged in, and we've got how many today? 24 have logged in or typed in the chat. So here we go. And let's see. Jimbo, AOD, Shawnee Higgs, SF Niner, Subhuman, Nasty Nate, Jimmy, Kevin Nix, Sean Hay, and Kevin Nix. Kevin wins, and I'll hook Kevin up. If he's not already in there, I'll hook him up. Use the promo code WINNER. Go to winnable.com/Ramon. Sign up for 1 month. Use the promo code WINNER. It's all free. Kevin wins. If he's in there, I'll extend him another month. Everyone goes for free here. Thank you, everybody. You guys had a great show. And, man, I can't wait till we get – hey, tomorrow we'll have a great show, too. We've got to preview a bunch of college football games, at least a dozen of them tomorrow since we have the 4 baseball. And we don't have to worry too much about that, so we can go deep with the college football tomorrow and more here on the Morning Steam. Join Mikey Money today at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific for pre-gaming. You'll get you ready for that college football action tonight. And also – get you ready for the action here on the weekend on his Friday show, of course. So, all right. Thanks. Great job, everybody. Really appreciate it. Be back here tomorrow. Uh-oh. Give me the right board there. There we go. All right. That's going to do it for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Break one for cover. That's gonna cover. That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. Ramon